Hi, Sailor Moon, and Sailor Neptune. Sailor Pluto here. And today we're going to talk about worship and Sailor Moon. Now, I know that when it comes to worship and Sailor Moon, only two worships are shown. Well, there's many other worships out there, and I'm sure that everyone out there probably wondered, why their worship wasn't shown. Well, there were only two worships that I believe that were shown in Sailor Moon, but there are probably many other ones. First was Christendom, and the other one was Centunism. I don't know. But anyway, and there are many other worships. And I know folks who watched the Deke one and the CLOVERWAY one. A lot of that was handled, and why worship was handled in the way that it was handled. But if you ever watched the Viz one or the Toei one, then you would know that worship wasn't uh, was not handled. Now, my only guess in Deke and Cloverway's world why they didn't go so much into the worship, even though it was around in Sailor Moon's world, well, my world, I should say, was the same grounds to why they had to do what they had to do, the same grounds to why they had to what they did with unstraight folk. You know, they didn't want anyone out there from other worship or unworshipable to get mad and go, why is my worship not being talked about? Or, I don't believe in that at all, so why are they talking about it? So, Deke and Cloverway had to make scene that anyone from any other worship or from non-worship did not get mad and say that you talked about this or you said this and that, you know. Now, I know in this world that a lot of folks have a belief that one's worship or one's kinship with God and Jesus is between themselves and that you don't tell it to anyone else. Or at least that's the new thought. But, you know, I guess that's where they were going with when Deke and Cloverway did it. Don't ask, don't tell, because I guess that's how they were handling it. But as you know, after Ray's father was a sent to his holy man, or whatever the English word for that is, and we do know that after Nephlite dies, Molly goes see a holy man who happens to have been reborn from a fiend from his former life, but not knowing about it. You're right, Sailor Moon. All that did happen, and they did shift the words around at the end of that one. Instead of, do you believe in God? So do I. Go to your fellow man, or also to say fellow woman. When Deke had to do it, Deke's word was, I must tell the world about this fighting. We must get it out of our lives. Well, at the end of the day, it is about the same, you know. But I know a lot of folks out there would be like, well, why do they have to go out and do that? I guess for the same grounds to why unstraight had to be handled in the way it was handled. But I know a lot of folks out there would say, would say that there are many other warships out there, and why would they never offshoot it into Sailor Moon's world? Well, I don't know. I don't got the answer to that. I'm not Nako Takiguchi, so I don't have the answer to that. You know? Some folks out there got a belief of it, you know? Like they say, Sailor Moon always had the cross or always had, a board. But they shifted it and made it be a moon thing. But that's what it was. Or at least that's my guess of what it was. But I don't know. I don't think worship was handled in the same way as being on straight and Sailor Moon was handled. They didn't really have to do that much with it, you know. So I know that there are going to be some folks out there. They're going to say, wasn't Nako Takaguchi a Buddhist by worship? Or whatever the English word for that is. Yes, Sailor Pluto. Yes, you're right, Sailor Pluto. Nako Takaguchi was a Buddhist, whatever the English word for that is. But some folks say if it's a worship or not, I don't know. But she was open-minded about other worships out there. So in Sailor Moon's world, she did put two of the worships that by that time Dawnland would have been doing. Oh, there were many other worships going on in Dawnland, like the rest of the world, but those were the two big ones that she believed that a lot of folks probably happened to belong to, at least when Toei did it. So, yeah. And those are the only two warships that are ever shown or talked about. But there are many others, you know. And I know someone out there probably watched the Deke and the CLOVERWAY and probably watched the Viz and the Toei work and probably got mad and said, why was their worship not on there? Well, I don't got the answer for you. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know why. But that was my take of worship in Sailor Moon, and at least the two warships that are shown and talked about. But there are many others out there. Yeah, and before we end this film, Sailor Pluto says, we don't know why worship was handled in the way that it was handled in Sailor Moon, but we do know at the end of the day, worship was in Sailor Moon. And it was shown many times. You know, probably more than once. And God is talked about more than once in Sailor Moon throughout the four followings. And the Deke and CLOVERWAY, even though it's kind of cleaned out. But in the five followings of Toei's or Viz's work of it, it is talked about a lot. So that's it. Hope you like this film. Follow us over here at Sailor Moon for Life, or watch the last film we made yesterday over here. I'm Sailor Moon. I Sail Pluto. We'll see you later. Bye.